Good evening, America. We're here with
Marco and Team Caesar. Or what do you like to go by? I forgot.
Team Caesar works.
All right.
Hello.
What's up, America?
Thank you for coming, Marcos. I needed an episode because turns out I got a coworker that made a podcast, so I gotta pump these motherfuckers out. Shit. Competition,
Yeah, I didn't listen to much of it, but it looks like they're putting a good amount of effort into it.
Yeah. People keep telling me that I should switch over to video, like they're doing, but I don't know. I'm still of the mindset that my podcast is enjoyable because you could listen to it while doing other shit. Like, it doesn't depend on visual cues to give out the entertainment or value from it. Like, let's say you're fucking driving to school, Marcos. I want you to pay attention to the road. I don't want you to be looking at, your phone screen, seeing what's Caesar doing.
Fair enough. Yeah, I usually just listen to podcasts. I usually don't look at them, watch them rather.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And then not just with that, but with every fucking, you're fucking cleaning your room, or cleaning your home. You could just be bumping that shit in your headphones or a speaker, and I don't have to worry about what's Caesar doing, what's he wearing. So that's what I try to tell myself that that's why I make these podcasts the way I make them, with no video.
Yeah, that works for me. I don't think anyone's particularly interested in what I look like anyways. I'm not very interesting to look at. But I could see your coworker's angle,
I think I'm interesting to look at. I'm pretty damn handsome. I got a haircut, so I look good. Even though I just literally woke up, but I still look good.
Oh, shit. You just got it Sunday?
Sunday.
All right. Not bad.
So where you been at, Marcos? Shit.
Same old shit. Just wasting my life away.
I feel like that's a very Marcos thing to say. What do you feel like? Like, every day is just the same, or every day is just an opportunity to do something?
There's a Pink Floyd song, Time, and they have a line in there. One day you wake up and you notice that 10 years have passed. You've missed the starting gun. And, that rings more true as I get older. I'm like, holy shit. What the fuck am I doing?
I thought you were gonna say this one line where I saw it on Reddit of someone posted on the picture subreddit. Someone posted before and after, but by a 10-year difference or some shit. The before was a picture, a group picture of 4 friends. They're probably 18, 19 or whatever, 4 guy friends. And then 10 years later, they're all dressed up. I guess one of the buddies was getting married, but there's 3 friends now, and one of them, the friend at the end of of the lineup, 1, 2, 3, the third guy is holding a picture of the guy from on top when he was younger, insinuating that the guy died, and the comments was flooded, right, saying oh, what happened to your friend? And the OP posted brain cancer. And then the caption of the post itself was something it was from a song. It said, when did it get so late so early, or some shit like that. And I was like, huh, yeah.
Let me make sure I'm following this right. So there was 4 friends originally, or 5?
4 friends.
And you said one of them got married?
Yeah, 10 years later.
And then the other one died of brain cancer.
somewhere along that timeline, that 10-year span.
So is the married friend still hanging out with the other two?
With the other three. Yeah, with the other two. With the other
Because
two.
one of them passed away.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, man. Shit. 10 years is a good chunk of time.
Yeah, it sneaks up on people, I feel.
For sure, especially as you get older. Because when you're younger, I guess, when you're 10, that's been like your whole life. But when you get older, it's a smaller fraction of your life. So it feels, I guess, less significant.
Do you feel like time is going slower or faster?
That's You want to go down this rabbit hole?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. For me personally, it definitely feels like it's going faster.
Why?
I guess because when you're a kid, I guess you're just waiting to do certain things, like play video games or something. So you're kind of like spending a lot of time just waiting, and it kind of feels slower whenever you're waiting for something. And as you get older, you're just like, there's always shit you gotta do. You're always like in debt.
They sounded like Matthew.
Like you're always figuring out like, fuck, what the fuck am I gonna do? I need to get my life in order.
When do you feel like that moment came where you were like, oh fuck, I fucked up. Now I gotta fix this.
I don't know if it was any particular time. It's just, if I just look at myself right now, I'm like, I probably could have done better. Is it cool if we turn on that light?
Are you hot already, Marcus?
No, the light. I feel like this light's a little too bright.
Yeah, let me fucking turn this shit on.
Because I don't think you have a lava lamp anymore.
It's somewhere, but you know.
Yeah, I like this ambiance better.
Yeah, I need to get a new lava lamp.
Turn this a little bit like that. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I've been in the market for a new lava lamp or like something that would make, you know, a little bit better like atmosphere. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll go with the lava lamp again just because, you know, tradition. I'll probably get a
Next time.
Should I get like a green one? I was thinking a green one or a red one.
Oh, you're gonna get a new one?
Yeah. I think it's time I get a new one. Because honestly, like the one I had, it was a different color back then, but you know the directions say like don't leave the lava lamp on for like more than I think 4 or 6 hours, and I left it on for like 8 hours or some shit, and it changed the color of the lava. Like I'm guessing it like burned or some shit. So it wasn't. It was a different shade of blue. It was like a lighter blue, but then it kind of got like I don't know, like burned.
Brown?
I don't say brown, but it was like definitely
A shit lava lamp?
like it was a darker shade of blue that just literally looked burned, and I was like, ah man, I fucked it up.
You don't like it?
I like the original color,
Okay.
but yeah.
Are all lava lamps like that?
I don't know. From what I've read, it's like different. I don't know, like formulas for lava. So it might be different in terms of like what happens, like if you leave your lava lamp plugged in for more than X amount of hours.
When was the last time you used it?
Fuck, last time you used it was probably.
I feel like you should give it another shot. Maybe you'll like it. Save you that money.
Like $20. You know what? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, fuck it, I'll try it. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, just for old time's sake. Shit, we'll bring back that lava lamp. But it would have worked better back then because I had the desk over here. I don't know if you remember, the desk was in the middle, but then I switched over to the left side. I'll probably just switch over back to the fucking middle because I don't know, for old time's sake, I guess. But yeah. So you feel like every day is just do you feel like every day is the same, Marcos? Do you feel like everything's just like a repeat? The rat race, as they say. The
rat race. Well, it's it's a tough world out there, you know. It's I'm not sure what I want to say. Um, I mean, I have good days and bad days, like anyone else. But I feel like as you get older, you're kind of your awe of the world kind of just goes down the drain. Like your imagination, rather. Your I guess you just kind of become cynical. That's what I'm trying to say.
About what?
About life in general, you know. You start getting a sense of where the wind is blowing.
Where's the wind blowing for you, Marcos?
You know, I wouldn't say I'm a total cynic. The thing with me is, I'll tell you what the thing with me is and why I'm kind of hesitant. You know, sometimes you'll get these ideas, or I will rather, probably other people too, and you as well. And you just don't follow up on them. And then, well, there's, you know, Pink Floyd has another line for this. Your life sort of becomes like just a page of scribbles and shit. Like, or I like to say another way to put it. It's just like a bin full of crumpled up papers. You know, just ideas that never went anywhere.
Is that what you're feeling?
So, if I seem reserved, it's because I don't want to like. I've done this in the past. I'll say like, I kind of have an idea, and then kind of not go anywhere with it, and I'd rather keep it to myself. And like, if it goes somewhere, then I'll talk about it. But I have some ideas. I have some kind of ideas for what I want to do, where I want to steer my life, if you will. But I'm purposely like keeping them on the down low, just in case like something doesn't work out. Maybe this idea will work. Maybe this one won't. Right?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Do you feel that's why you steered towards religion as of recently, I'd say? Because I remember when I first met you, you weren't, or at least from what I knew of you, you weren't religious. But then like that kind of shifted, I want to say what, like a little after COVID? Something like that?
Well, yeah, I think in high school I was definitely an atheist.
So what happened?
Well, there's many factors. You know, religion is attractive for many reasons. You know, it's sort of something that's been in place for a long time, so it kind of has like it's kind of stood the test of time in some kind of ways. Certain religions, I mean, Christianity's been around for what, 2,000 years? So that's a pretty good run, and of course it's not perfect, but there's a reason people steer towards it, because I think there is something there, something kind of hard to put to words. You know, I think there is some kind of divinity, some kind of God or whatever. Now his attributes, what are those? Well, that's where you start getting into trouble, right? If you say, well, God is all powerful, right? You kind of get these contradictions. Like, could he create a rock so heavy that even he couldn't lift, right?
Mm.
So why did I go from atheist to kind of religious, or believing in a God at least? Well, I guess atheism is attractive when you're a teenager, because it's kind of like, I just do as thou wilt. That's attractive to teenagers. You know, teenagers don't like being told what to do. But then you grow up. You're like, oh shit, I'm not exactly sure what I'm dealing with. I can't just do whatever. I could, but where is that gonna take me? Probably into the streets if I'm not careful, right?
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I remember being, in high school and just not, I didn't like being told what to do. And yeah, I'd say religion was definitely more unattractive when I was in high school, whether that be because, I wanted to be a rebel or just because, I don't know, I thought I was too smart for religion, which is probably a lot of teenagers today. Like, oh, I'm too smart to believe in that stuff, Maybe it was a combination of the two. And then as I got older, if you listen to the podcast, you'll see that, religion, every time Van Dyke comes in, it's kind of seems to be a factor in the podcast. He brings up religion, and we were talking about it one time. I told him, like, there's kind of like a negative stigma surrounding, not just being religious, but like even saying that you pray. Like, it's way better, or usually it just sounds more socially acceptable to say, like, I'm spiritual.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people that it just for whatever reason, and I can see some reasons why certain people have just a bad experience with it, and that's really their business. I'm not like going out of my way to try to convince anyone one way or the other. But full disclosure or disclaimer, just because I believe there is a God, atheists, I remember, I think one of the selling points of atheists is religious people are like scummy people too, or scummy people rather. Specifically, and yeah, that's true. I am a scummy person, so I just want to just fully, at
least you're honest.
I'm not proud of the stuff I've done, and continue to do.
At least you're honest, Marcos. That's what matters.
But that doesn't. Why? Okay, maybe that's sort of the. What's the word? That's sort of the problem with atheists, or the plight of the atheist, right? Maybe they don't like to admit that certain things are wrong, whatever it may be. And because I'll also, okay, I do stuff I know is wrong, mm-hmm. right? Because I like it. Mm-hmm. But I can't just say, oh, it's not bad because I want it to be that way, right? Because I think that's the thing with atheists. They sort of just want to create their own world. They want to set their own rules, and that kind of works to a certain extent. But then there's just things in life that you can't like let's say you knock up a girl, that's a big deal, right? Mm-hmm. Like you can't just say that's nothing.
So you're saying that if you knock up a girl, the right thing to do is marry her?
The right thing would probably be to
abort it.
It's kind of a tough. You're in a pickle. And to say an abortion is like insignificant, and certain people want to say it's just nothing, just kill it, and you can kill it.
Burn it.
You can kill it, burn it, feed it to the dogs,
to the pigs.
But that's gonna stay with you. That's the thing people don't realize. Like you might be able to like shrug it off right now, but it's gonna stick with you as you get older.
You're gonna carry that weight.
Yeah, there you go. Where's that from? Is that from
yes.
Cowboy Bebop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. That the more baggage you have, you may not think of it as baggage right now, but it comes back.
Yeah, that's true. Like at the moment, you don't.
It's insignificant. You think, all right,
I don't know why that is.
It. But then later on, whether it's like, months or years, you realize later on, like, fuck, I'm carrying that weight. And then it's kind of like, at least in my case, I'm hesitant to bring that into, like, let's say a relationship. I'm like, fuck, does this person seems great? Does she really deserve to, like, you know, does she deserve to have to deal with this shit because of me? Because I'm bringing that with me to the, to the party.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. I haven't thought about it that way. But yeah, that's going to be part of you. And that is something, your potential partner in the future. Like, do you want to keep it a secret from her or not? That's something to think about it too. But I kind of have a story that's kind of related. Like, I had a friend that I talked to on the internet who had her dad pass away earlier this year. And she told me she didn't quite feel it right away. It wasn't until, like... And I don't think this is usual. I think usually people feel it right away. But for her, for some reason, like, it didn't hit her right away. It wasn't until, like, many months later that she was like, oh shit, I miss him. Like, I'm not going to see him ever again. And maybe it's just the personality type. Maybe me and you have that kind of personality type where we can do something, or something can happen to us, and, like, we can just kind of, like, disregard it at the moment. But later on, it'll like simmer in our heads or something, and it'll come back. Not sure if everyone's like that. Maybe some maybe certain people deal with things, like, right away. But I don't think I'm that kind of person. In many respects.
I heard this great quote from that show that I, like, showed you a clip of, True Detective, that said, people incapable of guilt often do have a great time because they don't carry that weight.
Yeah.
You like that, huh? So I think some people definitely,
So you have some guilt. You think you have some guilt in you?
I definitely have some guilt. And I feel like, people that have done worse than me, that I know personally, and I know, like, they do not feel guilt, aren't going to have the same reaction to things that they've done that are of greater magnitude, of, like, I don't know, let's say, like, negativity or whatever, than I have done. And they'll feel less than I, like, let's say I fucking, what's something?
Run over a dog.
I would feel terrible. Let's say I accidentally step on a dog's paw or some shit. I'll feel terrible for a good while, but this person just won't care,
I ran over a possum once by accident.
You're terrible.
It was that night, and then, like, I don't know where it came from. I just, like, it was too late. I tried to hit the brakes, but I still ran over it.
Did you kill it?
Probably, yeah. It's like, a possum's not that big. Fucking car is like, what, 2 tons at least?
I hope it killed it. Shit. And instead of having it suffer.
Well, when I was younger, I used to, like, stone them to death.
What the fuck, Marcos? How young were you?
I don't know. When I was probably, like, 12 or 13.
Why the fuck would you kill them?
Well, they would crawl on our fence, and I would just, like, get rocks and just, like, just hit it in the head. That would usually do the trick.
Well, they play dead, Marcos. They play possum.
No, I've killed at least a couple for sure, because they
play possum.
They end up no. They end up there where they laid the next day, rotting.
So what would you do? You would, like, they would be on your fence. You would throw, I'm guessing, a few rocks, and they'd fall, and then you continue.
Yeah, because fucking possums are some ugly ass motherfuckers. I thought they were like rats. No one cares if you kill a rat. So, possums are bigger.
That's true, yeah. I think possums are cute. Some possums.
Not these. Not the ones I've killed. These were some gnarly possums.
Where was this?
My house.
Damn, you got possums over there? Enough that you had killed multiple?
Yeah, they run around. We have a fig tree.
Oh, what?
We have a fig tree
the fuck is
in my backyard. It's like a fruit. And they like to eat figs.
Fucking
I don't
possum.
kill them anymore though. I don't care.
I'm glad. Shit. How old are you?
Oh, this was years ago. I was like 12, maybe 13, 14.
And did it not occur to you, like, damn, I'm killing like a cat or some shit?
No, they're not cats.
I know they're not cats. Some are like the size of.
No,
Like,
they're rodents.
are they rodents?
Yeah,
Aren't they marsupials?
it could be both. I'm not sure. I'm not a biologist or whatever.
Now, see a rat. You bring up a good point. No one cares if you kill a rat. You know, if anything, they'll probably be like, oh, good job, one less rat in the street. But a possum, I don't know.
Possum is a little more questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Because there are some cute ones.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you mean. I've seen pictures. Not these though. you wouldn't feel bad if you saw these. These were some gnarly ass possums.
I've seen some rats, especially in SB. Downtown is like flooded with rats. I remember fucking just not just hearing them, but seeing. It was like a fucking sea of like mice and shit.
Where, at the university?
No. Downtown, so like State Street.
Okay.
And I remember like
Yeah.
at night, once nightfall hit, you could just see these little things just fucking running around the streets, climbing up the trees and shit, hearing them. It was fucking gross. So I was like, God damn, how the fuck is this place crawling with fucking so many rodents and shit?
Yeah, rats get around.
I it was the first time experiencing something like that. I don't know if like LA's like that too, but
In New York, you see a lot in the subways.
and where?
In the subways in New York City, Manhattan.
Well, yeah, that place is like, you know, notorious for like their rat life, no? But yeah, I just didn't, and that's all the way in the other side of the world, the other side of the country. This is California. I just didn't expect at that time to fucking see so many rodents. I was like, ugh, this is fucking gross.
Yeah, they get around, man. You know, there's a lot of junk, a lot of trash out in the streets.
You know, there was a pretty strong like homeless population there too. So I don't know. I wonder if that played a role.
Yeah, for sure. They leave tons of trash just anywhere. They don't give a fuck.
Fucking maybe they eat the feces of the homeless, the rats that is.
I wouldn't mind that, actually. Kind of hope they do.
They're gonna fucking create a new bubonic plague, Marcos. A new COVID.
And at least we won't have shit in the streets.
There's like a large population of frogs. Like once you start like leaving like university property and you're like kind of, I don't want to say in the middle of like the forest because there's no forest, but there's like a lot of trees. It's a very green area at one point once you start passing the university. And I want to see maybe there's like swamps, or maybe not swamps, but like ponds. If you pass by there at night, like let's say 7 p.m., once nightfall barely starts hitting, you'll just fucking hear like ribbit, but like, you know, times 100 and shit. It's fucking crazy. You're like, God
Cool.
damn, there really this many fucking, I was gonna say rabbits. there really this many fucking frogs out there. Why the fuck there's so many flies? Fucking lazy ass frogs. Do your job.
Yeah, we have frogs in the valley too, in some places. Like Balboa Lake, I think, probably has frogs. And Laurel Canyon probably has frogs too.
Lower Canyon.
Like over the part of Laurel Canyon that goes over the hill. I don't know if you've been down there. But it goes like all the way down south and then like goes over the hill into LA.
God damn, you're talking about like going far then.
It's still part of the valley, I think, like the southern border, I guess.
Have you ever just explored like the local scenery, like Hanson Dam? I remember I did this race, and Matthew came along, and we went to the race location around 6 a.m. I want to say, around 6 a.m. And you know the sun was barely like rising, right? And holy shit, it was fucking beautiful there. It like
I'm guessing it was probably like after a rain, or like
Uh,
not too far after a rain.
I don't think there was any rain that year, honestly. Like there was rain, but not during this time of the year. And you know how there's like a pool in Hanson Dam
Yeah.
summer. It was like kind of by that location.
Okay, so it's probably like a part of the park that's like maintained.
Yeah,
Like
very well maintained, and
they have irrigation.
yeah, I'm sure they do. And I was just like, God damn, like this has been here this entire time. This place is fucking beautiful. Oh, you know what it was? I think it was like that little location where you could like take a canoe out and shit. You ever seen that? It's like a little lake area, pretty much.
Yeah.
You go fishing or whatever. I think
Yeah, I haven't been there.
you should go during
Yeah,
like.
Hanson Dam's pretty big.
You
It's
should.
like it's not just the mile. There's like more to it.
This is the ugliest part of fucking Hanson Dam. Fucking mile. I'll probably go there. I'll probably go there again pretty soon. Trying to, just build it. You're trying to lose some weight.
Trying to lose that belly, man.
I'm trying to just build up some more endurance,
That too.
just for the fuck of it. Why not? Why not? That's how I look at it. Yeah. Running sucks. Let me go do it. Let me go run 6 miles. It's been a while since I ran, Marcos. A good while.
Yeah, same.
What do you think about when you run?
Trying to maintain my breath usually because I'm fucking I don't have any conditioning right now. But when I do have conditioning, you kind of sometimes you do kind of get like into like a flow state, as they call it. You do kind of get into like in a rhythm sometimes. I like that. They call it runner's high. Have you ever had that?
I don't think I have. And I've ran plenty of miles before.
Yeah, it's pretty rare, but sometimes it's pretty nice. I've had it once or twice.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I've known a lot of I've had a lot of teammates in the past that have talked about it. And they'd be like, oh, I got runner's high. I'm like, yeah, we still fucking suck. I still beat you like nothing. So I always just thought it was like, are you sure you're having runner's high, or like you actually just were able to breathe pretty well? Because that was a big issue with me when I was racing. Like my nose would be clogged up as fuck, so I couldn't.
Yeah, because you're into like competitive running, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that might be different. Because you're always trying to like just run as fast as you can.
Mm-hmm. Trying to beat people, pass people.
Yeah, I don't think that's what I was. I don't think that was my case. Like I remember one time I for sure had it. I think I was doing. Do you remember Students Run LA?
Yes.
I think I was running like a 13-mile thing, and I was pretty fucked up by like mile 9. But like somehow I was able to like just kind of recuperate somehow. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just like a release of some kind of what do they call them?
Endorphins?
Some kind of endorphins.
I don't even know if that's the word, Marcos. I just wanted to say that.
That might be the word. Some kind of chemical your body releases.
I've
But,
always wanted to like just jump in some random 13-mile race, maybe even a marathon, just for the fuck of it, just so I could say I literally woke up today and I was like, fuck it, why not? Why not?
Well, marathon, it's kind of something you want to train for.
I mean, I would feel like any race is something you don't want to train for, but I know that you motherfuckers do how many races before you build up to the marathon or conclude with the marathon?
Students Run LA, you're referring to that?
Yeah.
We did some. I don't remember exactly. Maybe 5.
So like 5 races that build up in distance, right? Like
Yeah.
build up in mileage. First it's like what, a 5K, then like an 8K, then a half marathon,
Yeah.
something like that, right? And then you conclude with the actual LA marathon. I feel like, you know what? I'll just skip all these races, training, and I'll show up to the fucking race day for the marathon. I mean, I don't think I would win it. That's not what I'm saying. I wouldn't race the marathon. I would run it, just so I could say, yeah, I just woke up one night, or I just woke up one day and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do the marathon.
What's the longest you've ever run?
Distance wise,
Yeah, or ran, whatever the word is.
Fuck, that's a good question. Probably like either 10 or 12 miles.
12 miles.
Something like that. Yeah. I know I've done like.
Yeah, so 26 miles. That's like.
And that's like at a fast pace. Like that's like every mile, being like faster than the next. Like with a marathon, I wouldn't do that. I just fucking go.
Jog it.
Yeah, like go at like shit, even like a 9-minute pace or some shit. Just enjoy it, I guess, or try to enjoy it. Do you even talk when you're? Well, I mean, I guess you're different than me, like in terms of.
Well, my only recommendation is whatever you do, don't stop to take a shit.
Why?
It will fuck up your legs.
Really?
Like you'll feel it. Like once you sit down for a good. That's what happened to me. I had to take a mean ass shit. Like at mile 19, and that shit fucked me up. Like I stood up, I'm like, oh shit, my legs are fucked. Because I hadn't been training. I didn't train for that shit. Like I think I missed more than a couple of like training sessions with the students, runaway students. Yeah.
I still remember that. I remember you guys. I knew there's this one girl. I bet you know who it is. Some like tallish, skinny white girl. Maybe the only white girl in the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't think she liked me for some reason.
Yeah, she had a fucking attitude with everyone. And I remember, like, I didn't even talk to this fucking girl. And she was saying, like, you track people, don't run distance. And I was like, I run distance. She's like, no, you don't. You're a sprinter. And I'm like, I'm a sprinter. What the fuck? I do the mile and 2 mile. That's not distance. I was like, shut up, slow bitch.
So she had a very...
She's very prideful of her fucking, mileage. I was like, shut up,
That's hilarious.
You fucking suck. I've seen you run. You fucking die out within like 400 meters. You fucking...
Yeah, I don't think anyone was really... I think a lot of people were in it just sort of to like say they did it like for university. Universities, like I remember it's something you could write about in your personal statement or something. I feel like that was most people there. That was kind of me too. Like, fuck it, why not? I wasn't really into it.
I always thought people did it just so they could have like like a little after school activity to have instead of just going home right away.
That could be some people.
Because I remember the fucking bus was terrible, like right after school and shit. Like, goddamn, that shit brings back memories of just such a pain in the ass to get home. It was always a pain in the ass to get home, actually. Never mind, fuck.
Yeah, because of the sun.
That too.
Walking in that shit. Yeah. But talking on the topic of running, something I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
I think you prefer running on like dirt, right, and not pavement. Why is that?
I prefer pavement, actually. Like, you mean like concrete or?
No, like when we run the mile, you usually run on the sides, like not on the.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
on the pavement,
yeah,
or whatever you call it. I don't think it's pavement. It's like asphalt, whatever.
Yeah, because ever since high school, my coaches had always said like run on dirt if you can. It's better for your knees.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, whatever, okay, like I'll listen to them because I was like, well, they know best. So
is it bad to run in pavement?
That's what I was told. That's what I've always been told. So whether it's been at the high school level or the collegiate level, they always told me like, try to run on dirt or like on a trail. And if you don't have that, then yeah, okay, do a track. But don't do a rubber track. Don't do an all-weather track. Do a dirt track. Huh. That's my reasoning as to why when we go run, I always stick on the dirt side. And well, unfortunately for us, we don't really have a all-weather track available for us. I mean, I guess Granada Hills would be no. Actually, I think Cesar Chavez has a all-weather track, but I mean, I don't know how you would get in there. I think the closest one besides them would probably be Granada Hills. They have a pretty nice track. I've ran there before. I like it. It's really nice. Then after that, probably like Burbank, probably. Oh, CSUN has one, but their shit is fucking garbage. You're like, God damn, you guys are at university? You guys have this shit?
Are you talking about the indoor one? They have
No, not indoor. The indoor one's pretty nice.
Yeah, that was cool. I've been there a few times.
I know it's smaller. It's like 6 laps equal 1 mile or some shit like that.
Yeah, because it's indoor, yeah.
Yeah.
It's smaller.
I prefer the traditional outdoor 400-meter track.
So do you think, like, if someone were to start running, like, on the sidewalk, that would, like, potentially fuck them up, like, physically?
Well, in high school, we used to do runs on Saturday mornings that weren't on the track. They would consist of running in the street, and our coach would tell us to literally run in the street, not in the sidewalk, but in the street, because I guess the asphalt or whatever is softer than the actual sidewalk cement. So that's how we got by. So that's like anytime I run not on a track or a trail, I'll try to stay on the actual street, and then eventually make my way into a trail or something. So that's how you get around it.
Okay.
But I'm sure it would still just be better if you like run on dirt instead of like street asphalt. The street, I guess. Why, are you thinking about running on the street now or what?
Well, I'm not sure where I would find dirt to run on. That's kind of practical for me. Maybe like at a park or something.
Yeah, that'd be your best bet. Yeah, grass is.
But then you gotta like worry about shit. I hate that. I really don't like stepping in shit.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think anyone does. I guess the mile, that's your best bet. You have to drive there, find parking.
Okay.
It's been pretty empty as of late, but I assume that's because like it's been hot. I pass by there sometimes. I'm like, God damn, the mile is empty as fuck. But then like I remember like, oh, it's like 100 degrees right now. That's probably why. I used to back in the day, I used to put on a hoodie, Marcos, and just fucking go run in that shit. Put on the fucking hood. And I used to run 6 miles when it was like 102 degrees, 103 degrees. I used to do that shit just so I could tell people like heat stroke ain't no thing.
Was this during cross country?
Yes.
Your cross country years?
Yeah. I was like, I ain't gonna get affected by heat stroke. I ain't no bitch. Yeah, I did a lot of stupid shit, I guess.
No wonder you won the fucking city shit.
I told Sergio
that's some pretty hardcore training.
I was the last champion he was gonna have, and to this day he has not had another champion.
You actually keep track? You've been keeping track?
I haven't kept track of that, but I assume I'm right because their shit went to shit after I left. I don't know if I should be happy about that or I should be, like, oh man, because that is my, my high school.
I haven't really kept track.
I could probably just ask him, text him and shit. Hey,
you still have his number?
Yeah.
Cool.
Keeps in touch.
Nice.
Every like Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Oh, that's sweet.
What about you, Marcos? What are you gonna do this? The holidays are coming up, like the best time of the year. Look at that, we're already in September, Marcos.
I always like September. It's kind of like the beginning of the end of the year. It's like September, then it's Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Damn, look at that, we're almost done with the year. Shit, it feels like just last month. It was February and shit.
Well, I don't have any plans yet. It's still kind of early. Do you have any plans?
For the holidays?
And it's nearby, but it's not quite around the corner yet.
I feel like I already got to fucking start planning and shit. I feel like...
What are you trying to do?
Nothing. Just not fucking have to put up with like, last minute shit. You know what I always hated was like last minute gift shopping. And I always tell myself I'm going to do that shit starting in September. That way I just have like, a variety of shit. And plus, I was going to say, if you look to your side right there, you'll see all that wrapping paper that I have, but it's not there. But yeah, I just want to make sure I'm like ready for anything that comes my way during the holidays, whether that be like, oh shit, I gotta get a gift for this person. Oh shit,
Don't get a gift for me. Don't worry about it.
I'll get you some socks. You got me some socks that I still wear. Marcus, I remember that day. It was we were in Glendale. And we were drinking some surges in your car, and it was fucking hot. Cause
yeah, those parking structures get hot as fuck.
You like rolled down the window. I think you unbuttoned your shirt.
Possible.
Yeah, it was that fucking hot.
Yeah, there's no AC in there, and it's like solid concrete. It gets fucking hot in there.
And I was just thinking, like, God damn, I want to go home. Those are not my happiest times, I'd say. But
drinking in the parking lot
that day. But yeah, I am.
What did we do that day? I don't remember too much. I feel like we drank more than Surge. I feel like we drank a couple of different things.
We probably only drank Surges there, but then we probably went to like Cha-Cha's or some shit. Yeah, I think we went to Cha-Cha's that night.
Yeah, so Matthew was with us for sure.
Yeah, Matthew was there.
He always wants to go there.
He's recently been wanting to switch it up, I feel. I think he realized that Cha-Cha's just has a bunch of fucking weird people. He asked me to describe it. I was like, how would you describe Cha-Cha's to someone that's never been to Cha-Cha's? And I just fucking told him without any hesitation. I was like, weird. It's just a weird place.
What do you call them? Hipsters? It's a mix. Hipsters and tired up bitches.
It's like, I don't know. I just call them weird. It's like
Mexicans, a couple Mexicans in there.
Really? I've never seen them.
Yeah, you'll see a couple.
I feel like it's a very like clique based bar. Like the regulars are literally the regulars, and you kind of just look at them and you're like, why are you still here? But then you ask yourself like, why am I here? Fuck.
I don't mind going there once in a while. I think I went there maybe 2 months ago. Like maybe 3 times a year.
I can't remember the last time me and Matthew went, but the last time me and oh no, I can't actually.
I think it was when Kenny was there, wasn't it?
No, the last time we went was
oh, when he crashed?
No, we went back. We went back
okay.
Actually, and it was it was after episode 9 actually. We went and it was drag night.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like drag queen night. And
did you guys know that?
No, we didn't know that.
It doesn't sound like the kind of thing you guys want to go to.
And we fucking went there unknowingly, and we were like, "Hey, why are there a lot of fucking like cross dressers here today?" And then hilarious. The fucking DJ like, "Give a round of applause to," and then they say some fucking mystic divine or some shit.
Damn it! Why wasn't I invited?
You would have blown all your money there. The people were literally throwing money at like literally fucking just launching that shit. And I was like, God damn, dude, the fuck is this? I did not enjoy it. I'll say that much. But it seemed like a lot of people had a great time with that entertainment. I feel like they've been dropping the ball a lot, honestly. Like, they keep getting DJs that fucking suck. So, yeah, I think that played a factor in why me and Matthew don't really go to Cha-Cha's anymore. There's this because again, it's like drag night, right? So yeah, I guess it appealed to many people in the LGBTQ, in the area that the LGBTQ community fucking spreads their umbrella over. So I guess it made people feel comfortable going as their like their different persona, and by different persona I mean like come dressed as their female self, and by that I mean men, obviously. And there is this person who I could tell was a guy just dressed as a female, right? I could straight up tell, and I'll tell you how.
Were there any decent ones?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Matthew probably, because he could not keep his eyes off that person, and he's like, "Do you think that's a guy or is that a girl?" And I was like, "That's a fucking guy, Matthew." Like, why is it so difficult for you to understand?
That's
like,
funny.
Whoa, look how she's dressed, and I'm like, "Yeah, look at those shoulders, look at that jawline." Like,
that's funny. So, you think I would have been able to tell?
I feel like part of you would be able to tell, but maybe the part of you that should care probably wouldn't care or couldn't tell, supposedly. Because Matthew kept fucking looking at that person, right? And I was like, Matthew, look around. Why is this person dressed this way? Like, Cha-Cha's caters to a specific crowd. That outfit that person is wearing is not the type of outfit that this bar caters to, whether it's drag night.
I'm guessing Matthew must have been really struck by his makeup game.
Maybe. He's fucking stupid. I was like, Matthew, you were trying to suck some dick, just fucking say it. But quit trying to fucking say like, oh, do you think that's a guy? Like, yes, it's a fucking guy, obviously, Matthew.
Was he drunk?
He was fucking sober.
That's hilarious.
I was like, God damn, dude, you haven't even fucking like got into a point where you could say, yeah, I'm pretty buzzed.
That's funny. He was just sober as a judge.
He was bored and lonely.
I can feel that.
Dangerous combination for some people.
I know it is.
What do you think? What do you think makes people lonely, Marcos?
Well, there's many factors. I mean, it's just kind of why. What reason would you have to talk to someone new? Like, people are very skeptical. They know you're up to something. They know they know you want something. No, people don't usually. I guess just people are very skeptical these days. I think that's a big thing. They're just like, "What the fuck do you want?" In Matthew's case, they'd be right to be skeptical.
Yeah, that's right. I've never actually thought about that. That people know that you're up to something. Like, oh, what's his end game here? Usually with guys, I feel like if a girl would do it, especially to another guy, like a girl goes up to a guy, the guy would be rather receptive.
Right, because it's asymmetrical, right? Like, there's more for a guy to gain than there is for a girl to gain. Yeah,
as opposed to a guy going up to a girl, now, what's this fucking creep doing? What's he trying to fucking do?
Right. I've actually tried doing that, I've gone to bars by myself without you guys, like trying to just talk to women. It didn't go well. Long story short.
I think about that, I'm like, our bars, because you think, you're growing up, you always see people like, oh, you go to bars to meet fucking, the opposite gender. But then, like, you actually start going to bars and you're kind of like, unless you're a girl, that's not really the ideal place. Because, all the guys are trying to get laid and shit. And then, like, there's only X amount of, like, females in the crowd. And a smaller percentage of that are actually, probably a fucking small fraction that are actually down. Or there just to, like, get some dick or even meet someone, So our bar is the ideal place to, like, let's say, meet. Let's just say women. Or are there better locations? Because I'm starting to think that it's probably, like.
I've had luck in Walgreens.
Walgreens.
You'd be surprised. The other day, I don't know what I needed, or I don't think I needed anything. I was just in the mood to get out of the house. I'm like, let me go to Walgreens, get some fucking chocolate or something. And there was this chick. She was hitting on me. I was like, what the fuck? She wasn't quite my type, but still. I was like, damn, I need to come to Walgreens at 2 a.m. in the morning more often.
Fucking crackhead.
Probably a crackhead. She didn't look bad, but you could tell there was something a little off about her.
She's on crack. That was what was off.
I don't know. Fuck it, I'll take it, man. Fuck, I'll take anything these days.
I'm lonely. Have you ever... I heard this quote from a video of like some bodybuilder. He it was like one of those motivational videos. Yeah, I like to watch big, strong men before I go to the gym sometimes, just to put me in the mood, you know.
That sounds funny.
And it was him saying this one line. You know, it was like an 8-minute video, but like he had this one line that really stuck out to me. It's like, you want to be strong, learn to be alone. And I was like, huh, goddamn, yeah, that is a good way to fucking learn some mental resiliency, you know? Be alone. Realize it's just you, which is why it's Team Caesar. But at the same time, Team Caesar encompasses a large group of people, and I'll get to that one of these days. But yeah, that's what stuck out to me in that video. I was like, you want to be strong? Learn to be alone.
Yeah, you definitely have to learn how to be alone for a good amount of time anyways. Maybe not all the time, but there's going to be extended periods of probably many people's lives where you're just going to have to be alone, and you're going to have to like just learn how to be okay with it. It's just the way it is.
Until technology figures out a way to create an AI like they had in Blade Runner.
The Joy?
Yeah,
Is that
Joy.
what it's called?
Yeah, Joy. I'm glad you got that. Every time I make that like reference to Matthew, he's like, "What? Fucking dumbass."
Damn. Yeah, if it can. I mean, that chick that played the Joy, she's bad.
Anna de Armas.
I think she's from Spain, right? She's Spanish. Or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Spaniards, man. They have some very, very beautiful women.
And with that, I guess we'll leave it there, Marcos. We did pretty much essentially an hour.
Cool.
All right, thank you for coming, Marcos. Anything you want to say to America before we end this podcast?
I'll see you guys hopefully before Halloween. If not, maybe before Thanksgiving. We'll see.
We'll see, and we'll leave it at that. Next guest, Harry Styles.